Hi friends, it's B here with Double Libra Coaching. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, again, welcome. Hey friends, it's B here with Double Libra Coaching. Welcome to my channel. I help spiritual seekers such as yourself connect into mind, body, and spirit using the wisdom of astrology, yoga, breathwork, and a whole lot more. So again, if you're new here, welcome. Feel free to like, subscribe, and of course, leave me a comment. I love to respond to comments, get the feedback, get the dialogue going for conscious evolution. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the new moon in Capricorn, which is happening on Monday, December 30th at 5:26 Eastern Time. That's PM. And sort of how this ties into the energies coming up as we're on the brink of a new calendar year, not necessarily the new zodiacal year, but the new calendar year of 2025. We're right here in that energy. So I will try to speak more in plain English terms rather than astro speak, although I will reference the astrology. But I want this to feel accessible for all, even if you have no understanding or knowledge of astrology, because I think it's really important. 2025 is going to be a pivotal year. So, with that said, coming into this new moon in Capricorn on Monday, December 30th, it is really this, you know, chance to reanalyze the last 16 years or so of your life. We just had Pluto make its shift into Aquarius from the sign of Capricorn, where it had been for, since 2007, 2008. So the question that really comes up during this new moon is, what have you learned in that time? What has truly radically transformed in your life and your being, and not just on a superficial level? Capricorn is about the bones, the structures. So, what has really changed to your core? And if you know where Capricorn falls in your birth chart, it may be helpful to sort of reference that and take a look. And, I'll just use myself as an example. Capricorn falls in my first house. And over the last 16 years, I have completely transformed who I am. I've been on this path of spiritual awakening, and it's been quite a journey. I'm, at my core, at my foundation, not the person that I was, in 2007, 2008. And we could say that maybe any area of the birth chart goes back to change on that kind of transformative personal level. But if you look at where Capricorn falls, or the planets in your chart in Capricorn, you may get a better sense of really what has come up for you, what has been transmuted. And with this being a new moon, it's really about analyzing how you want to move forward in this new version of whatever has been transmuted, has been worked on since, 2007, 2008. So it is really about analyzing at your core these internal foundations that have changed on the deepest level, and how you plan or intend with the new moon to really launch this forward into 2005 and beyond. How are you stepping out into this new light, this new energy? So, this essence of the Capricorn new moon is truly about going back and looking, reviewing over this, and then setting your intention about how you want to bring this out into the world. And it comes, right before we move into this calendar year of 2025, which is going to be wild. I can't wait to look back at this video in a year and just, really see what 2025 brings. I don't necessarily dive into predictive astrology per se, but we can look at the energetics astrologically coming up on the horizon and see what a pivotal year we're entering into. First of all, 2025 breaks down to a number 9, which is a completion. 9 is completion. So we're entering this year with that, there will be a cycle that's completed. And really, astrology is just one cycle on another, right? But it's sort of this grand scale completion of some sort of cycle. It's a year of profound transformation, moving collectively towards a higher frequency. So on this collective level, it's going to be sort of a push-pull between that lower vibrational state, fear, the fear mongering, um, hate, all these lower vibrational states of being, into love and peace and radical compassion and acceptance. So I think we'll see big dualities or polarities regarding, service to self. Are you doing things to serve your ego versus service to others, right? How are you giving your gifts back into the world if you're trying to be part of, peace and pulling the collective towards the higher vibration? It's really 2025, I'm seeing it as it's an end to the way that we know the world, right? It's an ending year, the completion of a cycle. And let's face it, change does not come, radical change does not come without some turbulence. And maybe that might feel scary or unsettling. We've got these planets, some of the outer planets, Saturn and Neptune, moving into the sign of Aries, and Uranus moving into the sign of Gemini a little bit later into 2025. So these massive, outer planets that really symbolize the collective. That's what they are, generational planets, collective. So the entire energy of the collective will be shifting. But, that's not without those people that will dig their heels in and try to resist this change. And with all that Aries energy, Saturn moving into Aries, Neptune into Aries, this is fire. This is, Aries is ruled by Mars, which can be like this, war archetype. And not saying that war will break out, although we're already seeing that in many parts of the world, right? But it's like this duality between, war and these people that are on the other side of that spectrum trying to rally for peace and justice and equality for all. So we will see that sort of duality. And, in order for peace to win, the way I'm seeing it is we have to eliminate all hatred from our own perception, right? So the only way to feed that into the collective is by keeping our thoughts pure, our actions pure, really being part of this up leveling for the greater good, not buying into the fear mongering and being absorbed in this world that's going on around us. And 2025 is going to move at lightning speed. Uranus moving into Gemini, things are going to be happening so quickly, unfolding just at the blink of an eye. And so it's going to be more important than ever to stay grounded in yourself. So that's a question too. What are your practices to remain grounded, right? If you can't stay grounded in yourself, 2025, I love you, but it may eat you alive, right? So it's about finding your peace through all of these collective changes, because you're here on the planet at this time for a reason. You are part of this change. And what do you want that change to look like? What do you want your piece of this change to be? Do you want to stand by and just sort of watch things unfold, or do you want to be out there fighting for your peace, your justice, spreading love, spreading light, and helping the collective move away from hatred and divide? So these are questions to think about. I also see 2025 as a year where massive truths will be uncovered and revealed. And we're already seeing that on some levels, but I think it will be even deeper truths, things like ancient civilizations and truths about, humanity and human beings in general. How long have we been on this planet? How did we get here? These sort of truths will start to come to light, and it'll sort of be a reality check, because it may butt up against your beliefs up until this point. So you may be challenged in having to reanalyze your thoughts, your reality, sort of it'll be like a reality testing almost. How are these new truths lining up with my thoughts and what I've been told, what I've been conditioned to believe? So there will be a lot of introspection. And again, being able to go inward, being able to find stillness in yourself in what's going to unfold around us in 2025 is going to be so important, because it will be. Things are going to be uncovered at lightning speeds, truths being revealed. You'll feel challenged most likely by this. The world as we know it, as we've seen it, suddenly it's like, wow, with all this new information, these new truths, I have to learn to look at things a different way. And so, learning what it is that keeps you grounded, whether that's, walking barefoot on the earth, breath work, yoga practice, you really need to make yourself a priority during this year. With everything as fast as it will be moving, it'll be easy to ignore yourself, or that time kind of getting lost. So carving out time to make yourself a priority, right? Because you're really no good at feeding this collective fight towards peace and love if you're burnt out and being inauthentic and not really able to function, right? So if you're watching this, you are a spiritual seeker. If you're interested in astrology, you might consider yourself a light worker, being on the planet at this time, learning about these tools. So taking care of yourself it's don't even think about it as taking care of yourself. It's like something you have to do for the collective, right? Pluto and Aquarius, moving towards humanity and the collective and what you believe in. So a lot coming up for 2025, definitely. And that is just, a very short overview, of course. I'll dive deeper week by week as we go. Another thing that just came to me as well about 2025 is, as the nodes switch signs, that's the nodes of fate, moving into Pisces and Virgo. There's so much too about surrender for 2025, and there will be chaos. There will be waves of change that feel unsettling. Let's face it, radical change happens under turbulent circumstances, right? It's like I didn't get to this place in my life without radical change, turbulence. Um, so, learning to surrender and understanding that these planetary transits, everything that's happening in the sky and the world around us is not happening to us, right? It's truly happening for us. This is the brink. 2025 is the end of this world, as we've known it. So it will be a shift towards higher vibrational states, but that will not be without some growing pains. So I'll continue to make videos, sort of giving the weather. I'll continue to put out some breathwork videos, yoga videos, things to help ground you through what could feel like a turbulent year. Another important, maybe even imperative thing is understanding your personal astrology. Do you know where Capricorn lands in your chart? Do you know where Saturn lands in your chart? Do you know what's going to be happening with the eclipses in your life? And understanding your chart so that you can really harness this energy and make the planets work for you, I'll say, right? Or just being in alignment with these energies that are happening. So, of course, I do one-on-one readings. It's my love language. I would be honored to hold that space and to help you sort of navigate these turbulent times coming up. So, and none of this is, to fear monger. I truly believe we are on the brink of a new world that will be much greater, much more loving, much more harmonious. But again, it's sort of like, and with all these planets in fire, what just came to me is it'll be the walk through fire. 2025 is the walk through fire. And but what lays ahead in this new world is going to be something far more beautiful than we can even comprehend, than I can even articulate into words. And a big part of that, again, Pisces, Virgo, nodal axis, nodal shift happening, is trusting that that's the truth. Trusting that you're here on the planet for a reason that contributes to this greater good, to spread peace, love, and unconditional acceptance for all. So I think that's all I have for now. I will be working on getting a new moon yoga video out to just help you ground in. New moon is a very, typically for most people, lower energy time. That's where we're going in, we're reflecting, we're getting ready to set our intentions, plant those seeds. How are you bringing this energy out? What is your intention? What have you learned? With Pluto, when Pluto was in Capricorn, what have the last 16 years looked like? So it's a really excellent time to reflect on this. And what is it that you want to leave behind in 2025? What structures? What's not feeling good? What's not feeling in alignment at the foundation of your being? These are the questions that we're looking at. So with that, I would love to pull an oracle card to see the divination that comes through this. I always love the compliment of adding some oracle because perhaps what's written in the cards may be articulated in a way that's a little bit more understandable. Full disclosure, I have Mercury and Gemini, so I talk probably fast and my mind goes, a million miles an hour. But I hope you got something from this video. So may this card be for the highest and greatest good for all who are watching, and therefore the collective. Let us see a message that will tie all this information together and serve our highest and greatest good. Okay, so these couple of cards jumped out. So the card is in here for sure. I love this one. Caterpillar, opportunity, beautiful card. Number is 4. I actually drew this card not too long ago in a reading that I did, and it was beautiful and completely spot on. So let's see how it lands for you. Transformation, opportunity, independence from conditioned responses. The energy of caterpillar appears, heralding a time of transformation and opportunity. Here, you are being asked to revise your dreams. If it looks and smells familiar, step away from it for the time being. The new cannot emerge from the old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. Experiment and surprise yourself with what arises for you in the moment. Caterpillar is an invitation to test out a new strategy to get a different, better result. Remembering that the definition of lunacy is continuing with the same thinking and behavior, but hoping for a different outcome. It's time to break away from habitual responses, to surprise yourself and startle others. A smile or frown or look of awe from those around you. Do not wait for an invitation from life to practice a bit of courageousness or for permission to do the unexpected. Any other response right now will lead to more of the same and no real change. Sometimes the most original response is no response whatsoever. Stand stock still, staring steadily into the eyes of the players in your drama, avoiding engagement until the moment is right. Caterpillar invites you to witness the story unfolding, knowing that deciding on the timing of your action is essential as finding the best move to make. And when you do act, let there be no doubt in anyone's mind of your determination and the power you unleash. It's beautiful. Absolutely. 2025 is a year of transformation and opportunity and independence from conditioned responses, right? As these truths that I was speaking of begin to come to light, you get to shed away any conditioning about what you have believed up until this point and start, creating your own reality, right? So beautiful and so very fitting. So be on the lookout for my new moon Capricorn breathwork yoga, and give me a like, subscribe, please leave a comment. I love the, getting a dialogue going. I think that so many of us are, feeling these energies in similar ways. And when we can dialogue about it and realize that, hey, we're not actually alone in this, it just feels, like we have community out there. So, blessings, namaste. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.